For millions of us, fasting means giving up food and drink from dawn till sunset. But what if that's just, scratching the surface? So today, we're going to dive into the prophetic blueprint, a complete guide for a fast that's meant to transform you from the inside out.
So you got to ask yourself, is my fast just about managing my hunger and thirst? See, the thing is, the prophetic fast, it's not just about what you don't do. It's described as a total ethical and spiritual rebuilding of who you are. And that right there is a huge shift in thinking.
So in this explainer, we're going to walk through that exact blueprint. And this isn't just some dry list of rules, okay? It's a framework for a fast that is designed to be truly transformative. So where do we even start with a transformation like that?
Well, it starts where all great acts of worship do, right in the heart. Before you even think about not eating or drinking, there's this crucial internal commitment you have to make. This is the anchor for the entire experience.
And that anchor is called the niyyah, or your intention. And I absolutely love this definition, a silent, sincere choice. It's that quiet internal yes that turns plain old hunger into a sacred act. It's not about what you say out loud, it's about what you feel and decide deep down.
Okay, but the timing here is absolutely critical. For the big ones, the obligatory fasts like Ramadan, that intention has to be set before the true dawn, or Fajr. No exceptions. For voluntary fasts, you've got a little more wiggle room. But for the mandatory ones, the Prophet, peace be upon him, was crystal clear about this. Whoever does not commit himself to fasting before Fajr, there is no fast for him.
So here's the key takeaway, right? The Sunnah is a silent practice centered in the heart. In fact, saying the intention out loud, using some kind of scripted phrase, a lot of scholars actually see that as a later innovation, a bid'ah, something that wasn't done back then. I mean, think about it. Just the act of you dragging yourself out of bed for that pre-dawn meal, that is your intention, loud and clear.
All right, so we've got the heart sorted. Now let's see how that inner state connects with the actual physical rituals that bookend the day. Because we're not just talking about meals here. These are moments packed with spiritual meaning.
So to really get the whole pre-dawn meal, or suhoor, you first have to understand this amazing concept called barakah. Think of it like this. Barakah is spiritual fuel. It's this divine blessing that gives you real physical strength and mental focus for the entire day of worship ahead.
And this quote just nails it. The Prophet, peace be upon him, didn't just suggest having suhoor, he basically commanded it, tying it directly to getting this barakah. He even said that this one meal is what really sets apart the fast of Muslims from others.
And the beauty is, the Sunnah gives us super clear, practical steps. First off, push that suhoor meal as late as you can, right up until dawn. Get this, the ideal time between finishing the meal and the prayer was about how long it takes to recite 50 verses of the Quran. That's how close they cut it. And the best food? Dates. Perfect for slow-release energy. But hey, even if all you can manage is a sip of water, that's enough. You still get the blessing.
Okay, now let's flip to the other end of the day. It's sunset. Here, the rule is the total opposite. For iftar, the Sunnah is all about tajil, which means you hurry up. Yeah. The Prophet taught that the community would stay in a good state as long as they break their fast right away the second the sun sets.
And there's this simple, beautiful wisdom in how you do it. The perfect way is with fresh dates. If you don't have those, dried dates are great. And if you don't have either, just a few sips of water. It's so smart, right? It gives your body that instant hit of glucose and hydration, getting you ready for your main meal and prayers.
And that moment, it's also spiritually powerful. It's a time when your prayers are said to be answered. And the recommended prayer just perfectly captures that feeling of relief and hope. Thirst has gone, the veins are moist, and the reward is sure if Allah wills.
Okay, so we've set our intention, we've done the rituals at dawn and dusk, but the prophetic fast asks for more. It demands a real discipline of your character. It's all about building what you could call a spiritual shield.
The Prophet actually called the fast a junnah, which literally means a shield. And just think about that for a second. A shield isn't some passive thing, right? It actively protects you. This fast is meant to be that shield, protecting you from sin and your own lower desires, safeguarding your conduct all day long.
But here's the thing, that shield can be fragile. A real fast means you're not just avoiding food, you're avoiding false speech, obscene talk, yelling, and just plain ignorant behavior. And the Prophet gave a really serious warning about this. Whoever does not give up false speech and evil deeds, Allah is not in need of his leaving his food and drink. Basically, your fast might count on paper, but in terms of spiritual reward, it could be totally empty.
The Sunnah even gives us a step-by-step guide for when someone tries to provoke you. Instead of getting into it, you just calmly say, I am fasting, I am fasting. It's so brilliant. It reminds you to stay cool, and it tells the other person, nope, not going to engage with this. It's a tool for active self-control.
So that individual discipline, that's like half of the equation. Now let's look at the other side of the coin, the community and the spiritual buzz that happens at night during Ramadan. See, the fast doesn't just stop at sunset. It just changes into a whole different kind of worship.
During Ramadan, people said the Prophet's generosity was like a fast wind. That's how quick and widespread it was. And get this, there's a massive reward for giving iftar to someone else. You get the same reward they do for their fast. And on an intellectual level, every single night, the Archangel Gabriel would come and review the Quran with the Prophet. It's this incredible connection between the physical work of the day and the spiritual food of the night.
So let's recap. We've talked about the intention in your heart, the rituals of eating, the ethical shield, and the vibrant nights. But what's the endgame? What's the whole point of all this? Where is this all supposed to lead?
The final piece, the ultimate goal of everything we've talked about, is a concept called taqwa. It's a really deep word. People often translate it as God consciousness or piety, but it's so much more than that. It's about being in a state of constant awareness of God, and an awareness that just naturally makes you want to do good and stay away from bad. And that is the whole purpose of fasting, to train us as individuals and as a community to live in that state of taqwa.
And that brings us full circle, right back to where we started. Now that we have this whole blueprint laid out, we can ask that question again, but hopefully with a much, much deeper understanding. Are you really fasting the sun away? Is it this whole integrated package, heart, body, and character, all working together? Because at the end of the day, the one thing to remember is this. The prophetic fast was never designed to be just some test of how long you can go without eating. It's a complete, holistic system designed to totally transform you from the inside out. It's a journey toward moral excellence and ultimately toward the pleasure of the Creator.